summer might be at the horizon, but some things are always permanently in the sun, and this beach is one of them. So we are heading back. What do you think we're going to see from these two? Obviously, we've seen Meow bring in the Brass. We've seen Meow bring in the Springman. We're probably going to see one of those two, and it's going to be the Springman. And hey, this time round, you can indeed say there is a
Twin Tail, yeah. We finally get that Twin Tail match, and it's the people that were saying that two contenders to beat the Smash representative, and it ended up being Min Min. So let's see who is going to be contender for winners for finals.
Yes.
Ooh.
Yeah, losers finals, a place on the podium at stake, and already we're going to see both pretty much begin their respective dances. Of course, for Twin Tail, that slow-mo effect in full effect, but a grab is not going to make anything good for MrTable, and already into the hot pocket, not where you want to be on the stage, especially against the Springman with tri-bolt and a toaster.
And of course, this is also a match that both characters have the ability of going in for the rush real quickly, and they're already MrTable down to way below 10%. This is harsh. They're not going to use the rush because they need it for the next round. But these are both characters that have the ability to disable, not disable arms, but just stop arms in their tracks. And this is going, it's all about who uses their ability best.
It's going to be a fun little matchup, and it's already going in the favor of Springman and Meow. Initial point on the table, but obviously they don't have the full point yet unless they can smash that table through once more. But Twin Tail does have rush set and ready to go, and Meow is not too far away from it as well, so they're both going to be back on an even platform in that regard. And so far, Arm Weak on the left-hand side goes for the rush to try to cancel it out. Does so indeed, 290, and Table has control for the time being. Although Meow in that hot pocket quickly gets out of there.
Having that rush ready, Meow can use it at any point. And of course, being essentially the underdog in this specific round and using that rush, just as I said, this is gonna be okay. Holy moly! Woo!
I always love this. Every single time we see the Warden just ping up from either side, you just know the opposition immediately starts to double up on their aggression. Good stun hit from Table, immediately follows up, but gets caught by one of Springman's own. Stun grab combination into the hot pocket. Rush available for Twin Tail, so could fight their way out if needs be. Couldn't follow up on the stun hit, and just like that, Meow gets a little bit of breathing room.
And of course, now they both have that rush, and you know, Meow has been chipping away time and time again. Just because they were below the health does not mean they were out for the running. And it seems to me Meow might being able to completely get rid of every single arm, that not only dodging it out of the way a little, but with that rush, okay, but it's all about that one last hit. And that grab, it's done. It's over. It's done. Holy, woo! This is crazy.
Yeah, so yeah, this is just the first game. It is one apiece in this one. It is still all to play for, but of course, as you can see, Meow has a rush, Table does not. So we'll see if Meow can take full advantage of that, find a way to catch Twin Tail off guard. Of course, that slow-mo allowed them just ample enough time to get the shield up and block it, but no dice this time round. 280 on the rush. And Meow is immediately going to try to keep Twin Tail in this corner, backed up, and charge up their rush in the process. Good exchange.
Really good exchange, actually. MrTable already at half health, and Meow holding on for their life, because not only are they frosted, but they're being chipped out time and time again. This is going to be a battle for the ages. I don't know what's going to happen. MrTable could use that. It's the last round. He has to use that rush. Can't save it for the next round. So it's all coming down to whether or not, because Mr. Meow is about to get that rush, pretty much saving it for then to be able to use that counter rush.
Yeah, it's a very dangerous situation now for both of them. They are at similar stand-in health here. Rush is going to come out from Springman first. Twin Tail gets the shimmy and fires off with their own. Just like that, the tables have literally turned, but the stun grab combination brings it straight back to square one.
Bro, these players are on fire and anything can happen. They are literally every single move that they've made since the beginning of this specific round has been calculated and very, very important. And so he wins with that nice grab. And so this is game one, right? Game 1.
Yep, that is game 1. Twintel comes
Woo.
from behind in that one and gets themselves onto the scoring sheets. They lead the set by 1-0. A very close matchup that went the distance. And then some. That stun grab combination, never underestimate it. If you are close enough and you get that stun, 9 times out of 10, the grab is coming and you can do nothing but accept it.
Yeah, again, I said it yesterday with the Guardian. It's the Majora's Moon, the Majora's Mask Moon. At that point, just you see it coming, accept as the last of the 3-day, and either time travel or just take it right to the face. It's a thing. I wonder. Okay, so at this point, what are we getting banned? I'm not seeing.
So,
I know
boss
they're
names
banned.
Scrap, Ribbon, and Sky. Again, all banned. Damn it, still nobody wants Sky Reader. We are going to see another return to the 6-tube DNA lab.
Yeah,
Which now...
I was about to say I didn't think for Meow that wasn't a good counter pick, because being able to just, having the ability to predict which arms to disable, not disable again, to incapacitate in the moment, is very good. Oh, of course. Okay, yeah, it all makes sense now. Of course. I didn't even think. I was thinking Springman. It's gonna be the Maxi Brass.
Yeah, remember that both Max Brass and Springman have that ability to do the perma buff up when they're in the critical state. It just so happens that Brass hits significantly harder in that critical state. And again, a different weapon selection as well to bring to the table, no pun intended, is going to have to force MrTable to adjust their playstyle, because already 2 grabs in make that almost 3 grabs, but the freeze coming in just in the nick of time, and Twintel replies with one of their own.
This is the thing. This is essentially the exact same match from yesterday. MrTable using Twintel against Mr. Meow's Max Brass, and essentially it wasn't DNA Lab. And what happened is, with the time stop ability, the nades happen to be extremely good, because even if stopped, they would still explode on MrTable's face. And so, of course, going with a double nade is going to be the best option for Meow, because this is it's just gonna be a sweep. It's gonna be, oh man. But in the end, that backfired on them, because by not having the amount of I mean, we saw it happen last time, where not having the DNA tubes and also not having a boomerang happened to, for some reason, be the downfall of Meow yesterday.
Yeah, if you don't bring the boomerang or a chakram of some descript, you are in for a very hard time against Brass. Arm weak and destroyed, so we are going to see some damage actually go through. 130 for the Twintel, but again, that big old grab from Brass, it does more damage than your usual grabs, because he is a heavier character. And just like that, any health that was chipped away courtesy of that rush from Twintel has been negated by yet another grab. And of course, Meow has rush advantage here.
And MrTable has... I haven't seen a single player be better at guarding than MrTable. Not only being able to... I played Twintel a lot. I have never had the thought of using the time stop followed by a guard without moving, only to be able to block certain attacks as well as they should. And of course, they have the rush right now, and I don't know whether they should save it, because this could easily be the end. And not being able to, of course, yeah, going in for that rush, and might just be the kill! It's a kill! Let's go!
Yep. Timed that to perfection, waited until they were on the very cusp of that critical condition, and just bypasses the main ability of Brass completely, and also starts with a disarmed explosion, but again, very quickly gets swamped by that duo that Brass brings to the table. One apiece in the matchup, but remember, if Table can win this and make it through, they will have a 2-0 lead in this set, so Meow knows they've got it all to play for to keep Table down.
It's going to be very, very calculated. Essentially, any single move that they make highly impacts the rest of this tournament.
Well, one more hit will do it for MrTable. They're going to take themselves a 2-0 lead if they can master this. Brass is in perma buff territory, is in a very dangerous position, but all Twintel needs is one more hit. Can they break the shield? I don't think they can, so Brass will just sit there, return the favor. Big time damage coming 300. It is essentially one-hit KO rules here. That is all either player needs with 35 seconds left on the clock. It's going to be 2-0 in the set or 1 apiece. And the explosion tags them, and there you go. Brass gets it.
As I was going to say, the 10% essentially is a death. It's never specifically good for you because of that ability. It's always devastating, and we just saw it how it happened. How many games? How many leads? I'm not keeping. My mind is going a mile a minute.
As I said, it is 1 apiece in the set now. Both of these matches have gone incredibly close already. Something tells me we could very easily see the set go the distance as both of our players begin their bans. Again, that double nade Brass combination is just an absolute devastating force to be reckoned with. We have got our initial bans coming up. Scrap, DNA, Ribbon, and Spring, very wisely from the outside of the field, not returning to DNA Labs. Do not blame them in the slightest.
Absolutely not, because in the end that was kind of a downfall, because as I was saying yesterday, not only is it very good for him to be able to have those DNA tubes, but also for the other opposition. This is very, very smart of him. Probably going to, I thought so. Temple. I don't know the name.
It's Temple Grounds. You're
Temple
fine.
Ground.
Don't worry about it. So basically, we've essentially, instead of it being a large area, it's a wider, small area. And instead of the 6 cubes, we have 4 pillars. So we are seeing both bring a curved arm. In fact, they're both bringing the same curved arm. Would you believe it? Both with that stun ram. And of course, Brass keeping hold of that nade, whereas Twintail comes in with that good old frosty chilled love.
Very, very important against heavies too, because that just extremely incapacitates a lot of heavies with, especially as a Master Mummy main, happens like time and time again. Oh, I'm livid. I don't know what's gonna happen. Again, having that rush, probably waiting for Twintail to have that rush. Oh,
wow!
The second that he got it, he used it.
Yeah, completely caught Table out of full surprise there. Gets the grab at least after the freeze, but they've got a lot of health to chip away here, whereas Table can't afford to get hit, and unfortunately does. That match was over almost immediately. Brass was not waiting around.
You see, the second that he brings in, because it would happen last time. This is probably the exact same setup that they used last time. Yesterday. It just so happens that having that chakram with the stun happens to be extremely good for Meow. It happens to be coming clutch every single time. Sorry.
I was very surprised that Table didn't get the rush there. They managed to get the deflection they wanted, but just didn't quite have the chance to fire it off. And as a result, Meow now starting to get themselves back into a somewhat decent health lead, and also has rush to go, but jumps at the worst possible moment, and Twintail is going to land a hearty 320, takes that health lead back, and now it's their turn to try and take control of this match, although Brass continues to keep center stage.
And of course, now going not only beneath 10%, but also having that rush, this is gonna, just, again, this is basically not over unless they get that frost in, and then a grab could definitely happen, but also just Meow being able to get that ship in as much as possible, quickly, is going to be very, but also they are big targets. Oh! It's not gonna be the end. I don't think it's gonna be, it's the end!
Yep.
Of course, because it has a 10%. Oh!
Yeah, because of that slight increase, and obviously already on that max perma buff side, just nothing that Twintail could do. They just needed one more hit, but they were in KO range, and just like that, it is 2-1 to the Brass. Having conceded that first game, they have been on a charge since. There is no redos on that one. Max Brass and Meow is one game away from making it to losers final. It is all or nothing now for MrTable. They have got to win 2 in a row to keep themselves in.
And it's crazy how, I mean, it really is crazy how that buff makes a huge difference. It going from a 300, it usually does 300, all the way to 330. That's a lot of damage, as Mr. Flextape would say himself. That's a lot of damage.
Also, it's like we just had a little bit of a oh, okay. I just saw the stage pickup, and I'm immediately intrigued. It's not Sky Arena. We still haven't got Sky Arena. However, we're going to Lola's home map of Via Dolce.
especially for I've seen it depending on the arm that you use. If for me, I always use clapback. I love clapback, and that stage happens to be very, very good for my clapback. So I wonder if they're changing their arms to something that has an advantage here. Maybe like a guardian or something.
Oh, hold on. My bad. Miscommunications on all sides of the field. Via is banned.
Oh.
All right, so we're all right. It's absolutely fine. I think all of the players. To be fair, you have to remember that. So, like each tournament for arms, each competition has like different rule sets and different stage lists as a result. So it's a little bit flip flop and fly as to which ones go through. It's sparring ring that's going to be coming up instead. So not as not as complex as Via. We're going straight into that good old boxing ring, which, in all fairness, is an interesting choice because Brass is gonna. If Brass can take control of this matchup, they're gonna hold the center area and not concede it in the
I was
slightest.
gonna say this is not good for MrTable because MrTable needs that range, needs to keep a distance. This is not going to get any distance. Max Brass is going to come up close and personal, and of course trying to. Oh, double nade. That's gonna be a problem. Double nade's gonna be a problem because if he's too close, that's gonna explode in his face and it's gonna cause some damage to himself as well. So he's gonna have to know how to keep this distance to close quarters as well.
Yeah. Or we're gonna bring the same Shaft Ram again, that good old stun. Twin Tail, not back it down, gets a good old flurry in there, gets the grab, arm weak on the left hand side. This is the kind of pressure Table needs to keep Brass in, because as long as Brass does not take center stage, Twin Tail has an opportunity to just keep this flurry going, and just like that, Meow is already on the cusp of critical. This is incredible here for MrTable.
I mean, that's what happens when you have nade, and I think that's why MrTable picked it. Because, of course, not only does Twin Tail need that range, but also Max Brass needs that range because of the explosion. And the second that explosion gets close to him, it's over for himself. And going in with a rush, I don't think it's gonna. Yeah, it's not gonna kill. But already down to 10% both, and of course Mr. Meow having just the advantage here, no matter how you see it. This is the David and Goliath story. I don't know how MrTable's gonna bring this back.
Oh my gosh! Well, they are so close to it. They just need one more tap, but also at the same, they got it. They absolutely got it. Yeah, I was gonna say, don't scratch your eyes just yet. Twin Tail is still in this matchup. Managed to get that last second hit in before Brass's nade could make it. And just like that, Twin Tail has an opportunity to tie the set and send us to Game 5.
Game 5, and... Dude. And we're going with the rush, and already getting the rush, a mid-rush. I wonder if you could have used the mid-rush, like just before MrTable lost the rush. But already, okay, this is gonna be bad. 330 hits, it's incoming. That 330 hit is incoming. But holding on from that rush, what is Meow thinking?
Well, they're waiting for an opportunity to go for it. Unfortunately, that stun actually got the knockdown in the process, so there's still a long way to go in this. The Table won't be too far away from the rush. Here it comes from Meow's side. As you say, it's not going to be 350. It's just the 300. It's still a lot of damage. Takes Table underneath halfway. And all Table can do is wait for the rush themselves. Gets clipped by the stun. They have to pick their moment here because Meow knows. Oh, that's a grab! It might be KO! It is KO! It's Game 5, my friends!
Game 5! Let's get it! Oh man, I love this. I love this. I love this. Wow. Wow. Damn.
Yeah,
this is great.
good.
This is crazy to me. Wow.
Yeah. Table banned Sky Arena. I was hoping for the upgrade, but oh well. Mausoleum Scrap,
Yep.
Ribbon, and Sky Arena all banned, so we're going to wait to see what the pick is. We
Could
may
we
end up
could
going
we be
back to
getting Via Dolce for sure
no,
this time?
no. Via Dolce is actually like not in the tournament rules. That's why everybody got confused because they got mixed up with
Damn
the
it.
rule sets. We are going back to Temple. Temple Grounds is going to be the place we return to, and remember that Brass and Meow dominated on this matchup, so Table has to bring something either slightly different or bring what they are bringing something different actually. They got the Thunderbird in there, so not the Phoenix, we've got the Thunder. So
Not
let's
using it
see.
this round though.
Yeah, not using it though. They're gonna stick with the Chakram and the Chill. And again, Meow, not gonna really change what works. That Nade and Chakram works for them as well. And immediately getting off a good nade explosion here and there just to start that chip. But again, Twintel keeps middle ground herself. And this is just an exchange now. Charged hits left and right. They are both chipping away and keep themselves at relative level health.
Man, and it also, dude, again, I think MrTable is utilizing the best he can out of the. Oh, we go into that grab, utilizing the best that they can out of the elements, and going with that loop grab, and already both have the rush. It's all down to who uses it first. Maybe Mr. Meow doesn't use it because it's already such low health, but I don't see how MrTable gets out of this round. I don't see. Anything could happen?
Like stranger things have happened, and that is two chilled hits in a row and a grab. If Table can force Meow to have to use the rush and still loot, they'll take it because at this point they're putting Meow under heaps of pressure here. But unfortunately, a bit overcommitted there. Went for the grab whilst Meow had full capabilities to block it. Managed to do so. Gets the point. This is set
And
point for Meow.
I fully get it though. Trying to go for that grab, trying to get as much damage as possible in a single one. And MrTable was doing just a good job of dodging and weaving. And you see it again, dodge and weave, block. Every single attack being completely disregarded. MrTable having him on the table is happening time and time again. And it's just all about, you know, being able to keep that defense and then changing it to a stronger offense.
They haven't used the rush just yet, but they're still somewhat in that corner. Arm weak on the left-hand side. No, the right-hand side, which is not going to help their matters in the slightest. Meow is almost at full rush capabilities as well. The chill, again, can't be taken full advantage of. There is the rush. Here it comes. Managed to nail the landing again. 310. Table has got to be incredibly careful here. Anything for Brass could potentially kill if they are not careful. They've got to get the rush up. This is just damage limitations now. They have to find a way of slowing Brass down, and that's not gonna happen. The nade explodes, and that is the end of the road for the Twintel. Game 5 goes the way of Max Brass.
I wonder if the Thunderbird that was added would have done any significant change because they didn't even use it, and that's very interesting for having that change. I wonder what exactly made them, because MrTable was actively being so good at using the effects, the stun damages. So being able to get in that disable from the shot would have been really, really, really good. Oh, in another timeline.